Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for, this is for October 2024. You have this new life card and this message in a bottle card. So some of you could be stepping into a new life or doing something new. The message in a bottle card could literally be you receiving a message or, someone delivering you a message. So we'll have to see what that's about. But you start with the Strength card, the Chariot, and the Nine of Cups. I would say this is a pretty good start. You have both cards of control here as well. The Strength card is a card of soft control. The Chariot is a card of hard control. And so they both kind of represent controlling your life in a different way. And with the Strength card, it's more of a passive energy. She is taming her inner beast. That lion there kind of represents her inner voice, her inner critic, her inner demons. But she is getting those things to submit to her. And so she's in control. And this is something that she does every single day. The Chariot is about really taking control of the reins, really kind of making something happen in your life and, making a move. So I do feel a lot of you could be kind of making some sort of move at this time. You could literally be moving, but I also feel you could just be making a move. And this is probably something that you have had to develop. The Strength is something we have to develop over time. Strength takes time. You don't just grow muscles, big muscles overnight. And, I feel for a lot of you, this is something, whatever you're working on here is something like this new life probably that you've been developing is something that has taken time. The Chariot, I kind of feel like this is the final move that you have to make. It's there's just one last thing that you really have to take control of or, really, really set off and do to make something successful. And I kind of feel that's what the Chariot is saying. The Chariot is about as above, so below. He has these stars up here, these moons right here. And so the whole point of the Chariot is that these sphinxes are not attached to the Chariot because they represent the mysteries of the universe. And he is trusting that those sphinxes are bringing the Chariot in the right direction because he is in alignment with exactly what he wants. And he's leaving everything he's known behind. The Chariot is really a card where to get the benefits of the card, we have to set ourselves apart. He is setting himself apart from the city because everything is the same in that city that he is coming from there. And so he knows he has to change his vibration. He has to change his alignment to get what he wants. And so I kind of feel like some of you could be changing your alignment. The other thing is you have the Nine of Cups here. The Nine of Cups is also about being in alignment with what you desire. The story of this card is that he's about to have a feast, and he looks chubby because it says he has had a feast before. And really what the Nine of Cups says is that before we can have something, we have to have it. And so if you want love, you have to have love before you can have love. If you want money, you have to be in the energy of abundance before you can have abundance, right? So we don't actually have to have exactly the same thing. If you want love, you can go love a dog. You can go love a cat. You can love yourself, right? Same thing with abundance. You can just go be around abundance, or you can do things that make you feel abundant. You can adopt the habits of abundance, and then you will attract more abundance. So, this first row, especially with that Strength card, I feel like it's about developing the habit because strength is a habit. To have strength, you have to do this every single day. And so I feel like developing the habit of, being in alignment is what this first row is saying. With the Strength card, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles says, is the juice worth the squeeze? It says, has what you've been doing, is it worth it in life or not? So, Seven of Pentacles is a card of analysis, and you're a Virgo, so, you're probably pretty good at analysis, and you could be analyzing your life and just saying, are these things that I'm doing worth it or not? I also feel that there could be a new connection coming in for you if you want love. And I feel like this new connection, could be very dreamy. I also feel you could be attracting someone who's older than you or who's very mature with the King of Swords over here. That would be an air sign. You also have Cancer showing up here, water in general, air in general, another Virgo, Libra. It could be any sign. But, again, this definitely there's some sort of change in love. With the Chariot, you have the Six of Cups. Six of Cups can represent a soulmate, so you could definitely be moving towards a soulmate. I feel like some of you don't even realize it. If you're making a move, as in if you're moving or getting a new job or starting a new career, that could be the thing that is bringing a new connection into your life. For all of you, the Six of Cups to me can sometimes represent a gift from the universe. And usually the gift we receive from the Six of Cups is overcoming an obstacle. And the Chariot can represent charging right through an obstacle. So, I feel some of you are overcoming obstacles. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles, like work hard, play hard. It's saying make sure to balance the energy to stay in alignment. Again, I am convinced. I've seen my own life suffer when all I do is work. Like if all I do is work, then things start to fall apart. But if I balance the energy and I make sure that I'm playing at times as well, then things usually get better. And so I think this is saying to truly be in alignment, you have to balance all areas of your life as best as you can. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this renewal and rebirth card. You have this alchemy and creation card as well. They both kind of say the same thing, in a certain way. So there definitely could be a renewal and a creation or something being created in your life with these two cards, or a rebirth. I kind of feel some of you are rebirthing your love life. So if you want love, we have the Page of Cups here. Page of Cups could be an admirer, could be a secret admirer. You could be the secret admirer. The list goes on and on there. But definitely could be a new love connection that's coming in for you. Very dreamy energy here as well, because the Page of Cups is very dreamy, and you have the Seven of Cups, which is a very dreamy energy as well. But he has this fish right here in his cup, and I always say, that fish might not exist. That fish might be part of his imagination. So for a lot of you, again, you could be imagining a person and because you're imagining it, it's like you're attracting it into your life, and so that could be good. Or again, I kind of feel with this Seven of Cups, it's almost like you're getting a person that you have dreamed of, and I definitely get that feeling from this reading. A Seven of Cups is about being spoiled for choice. He has all these options in these cups in front of him, but he really needs to grab onto those cups and make it happen. So I feel for a lot of you, this is about, kind of grabbing onto a dream and bringing it down to earth. So even if you don't want love, the Page of Cups has that fish in his cup here, and I always say that fish might not exist. It might be part of his imagination. This guy here, he has no clue what exists, because he is imagining good things and bad things in those cups. And I always say with the Seven of Cups, you have to find out. You can dream all day long about what will happen if you work towards a goal, or if you accomplish a goal, or if you date a person, or whatever the dream is, doesn't matter. You can dream all day long about how it will go, but until you bring it down to earth, you have no clue how it's going to go. So the Seven of Cups to me says, bring it down to earth, see what happens, and don't just get stuck in imagination. And we even go up to the Knight of Swords here. The Knight of Swords can be a card of being too hasty or moving too quickly, but I kind of feel that this is saying I wouldn't say you're running out of time, but I feel like you need to bring something down to earth. Let's put it that way. You have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords can represent a separation or walking away from something. What I will say also is we go Justice to King of Swords. So if you are dealing with something legal, like a divorce or a separation, this could be a good thing. The King of Swords represents law and order, and so you could be bringing order, or you could be getting order out of a situation that needs law and order, right? And so I kind of definitely feel that energy for you. With the Page of Cups, you have the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is self-imposed restriction, so it's a card of needing to make sure that you're not keeping yourself stuck. And Eight of Swords is about needing to realize that there's more than one way to do pretty much anything in your life. So I feel for a lot of you, there could be other ways of doing the things that you are trying to do in your life, or that you want to do. And the Eight of Swords says set yourself free. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Moon. The Moon is about fears, fantasies, illusions. Again, it makes perfect sense with that Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is about illusions. The thing with the Moon is that we have to walk down this path and get to these mountains. And, really the Moon is temporary. The Moon comes up, the Moon goes down, the Sun comes up. So the Moon is part of the Fool's journey. And I always like to remind people that nowhere on the Moon does it say stop. The Moon says get to those mountains, because eventually the Sun will come up. The Moon really says don't get distracted. These two pillars right here, they represent a distraction for the Fool. It's like sometimes I think we start something like a business or a relationship or an idea. We don't really know where it's going, and then we get, kind of have shiny object syndrome, right? And we get distracted by something new, and we think that if we change course that things are going to get better, or that, things are going to happen. But really what happens is we just change and change and change and change, and we never get to the goal. So the Moon really says that you need to not get distracted and stay on course with whatever it is that you're working towards, because eventually the Sun will come up. Eventually you are going to get there, and I kind of feel that. With the Five of Swords, you have the Six of Swords. Yep, definitely. I feel if you're dealing with something legal, that it's coming to an end. And again, I'm not saying you're the winner, but what I am saying is that regardless of what side you're on, this could say that you're finally kind of like moving across to calmer shores, and so things could definitely be getting better if you're dealing with something legal. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this alpaca card. It says purposefulness, willpower, and stamina. You have this gecko. It says longevity, agility, and cunning. So I feel for a lot of you that you are kind of being purposeful. And we see a lot of willpower in this reading. I mean, the Chariot is the card of having willpower, the card of working towards something. So, I feel for a lot of you, you are working towards something that's going to be much more successful for you. I also feel that you are working towards things that have longevity. I'm cheating a little bit, as always, in your readings, Virgo, but I do feel a lot of you are kind of have gotten used to things not lasting, like relationships that only last a certain amount of time. And I feel what could be coming in for you is something that actually lasts, something that has legs to it, something that has the ability to grow. And so I would, if you are entering into new connections, I wouldn't move too quickly with the Knight of Swords, but I do feel that the Knight of Swords is saying that something is moving quickly. So there is something quickly rushing into your life, and it's probably a new connection or a connection that will make you very happy. You have the Justice card. Justice is like cause and effect or balance. So I feel like you could be creating a lot of balance in your life, or you are balancing things out. I also do feel, like I said, that if you're dealing with something legal, that there could be some answers this week or this month. Although I just did say this week. I'm doing this video the week of, this will be coming out on the 21st, so we could say the week of September 23rd, that there could be some answers for you if you're dealing with something legal. But for the most part, the Justice card is cause and effect. And you have the Seven of Pentacles as your first card. So that I personally believe that Seven of Pentacles says it's really important to pay attention to cause and effect. If you put energy into anything in your life, what do you get out of it? If the answer is nothing, it's time for a change. If the answer is more, then keep going, right? And so I would pay attention to cause and effect with that card. You have the Fool. I feel like there is a leap of faith that you're taking. I mean, everything in this reading says you're kind of taking a leap of faith towards your new life. You have that New Life card. That New Life card kind of says that you're being lifted up on a pedestal, and I feel that for you with the Fool card. So you could be taking a leap of faith towards something new. I do feel a little stuck on this card. He has these white capped mountains in the background, and the white mountains can represent ice on the Fool, and it can say that you are a little bit stuck on taking a leap of faith. Sometimes with the Fool, I feel people feel like they're not ready, but everything about the Fool says he is over prepared. He has everything he needs right here in this tiny little sack, but he's about to go through the whole major arcana, and all he's basically bringing nothing with him. So it says that he is kind of over prepared. He has everything he needs right here, right between his two ears. So I feel like you are ready for your new life. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Four Swords. Four Swords is resting, relaxing, recovering. Again, I would be careful of moving too quickly with a person. It's like I don't think this is bad or anything like that. I don't get anything crazy, but I would just slow things down, right? It's like don't rush right past the good stuff in the relationship, right? Like enjoy it, take your time, all that other stuff. With the Justice card, you have the Hangman. The Hangman is about gaining enlightenment. And so right here, we go Moon, Hangman, Hermit, which is your card. But the Hermit also has enlightenment. He has a star in his lantern. So he has climbed to the top of the mountain to gain enlightenment. The Hangman has put himself in Hangman mode to gain enlightenment. And I kind of feel that you have gained enlightenment. But the Hangman would also say it's time to take a leap of faith, because he eventually needs to get off the tree and he needs to keep going on his journey. With the Fool, you have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands says don't give up. Nine of Wands says keep pushing. And so I feel for a lot of you, you need to keep progressing in your life with the Nine of Wands energy. The Nine of Wands is also my card of experimentation. It's my card of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. So if you're working on anything at all in your life, the Nine of Wands says it would be a great time to experiment, try new things, try different ways of doing things. I also feel like you could be doing something again. The Fool with the Nine of Wands could say that you're about to try something again, but in a different way. So it's like if you had a business that failed, the Nine of Wands being the wounded warrior, the Nine of Wands and the Fool could say you're about to try to have a business again. Could be love. You could be saying, I'm going to try to have love again. You have this Moonstruck card. It says, take a breath. And this is coming up in the area of the good stuff. You have this Moon Memories. It says the past on it. I do believe we're in a time where a lot of people could be thinking about past connections or, past memories or the way things used to be or whatever the case may be. I would, again, it's showing up in the good stuff. So I feel like it's really just saying that you've learned a lot, which the whole entire reading with the Strength card as your first card was definitely saying that you've learned a lot about all the things that you've been through. You have the King of Swords, if I can get it off the table. You have the King of Swords, the Hermit, and the Six of Cups. The King of Swords is a card of knowledge and wisdom, and it kind of says that you have developed a lot of knowledge and wisdom because of the things that you've been through, and this could be leading to a lot of success for you, Virgo. The King of Swords could also be you. Like, I feel like you have, it could be a person is what I was trying to say, and you could be attracting a person who has a lot of knowledge and wisdom. But you also do have a lot of knowledge and wisdom. You have the Hermit right here. The Hermit is your card, so whenever you show up as yourself, especially in the good stuff, this puts you in a position of power and strength and really allows you to get what you want from the reading. The Hermit also says that you've been through a dark night of the soul and you've climbed to the top of this mountain and now you're shining your inner light. So I feel for a lot of you, you are kind of like shining your inner light at this time, and this could be bringing in a lot of attention for you, so that looks good. You have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups can represent a turnaround. So a lot of you could be experiencing or receiving a gift from the universe. And usually the gift we receive from the Six of Cups, like we said earlier, is kind of overcoming an obstacle or overcoming a challenge. I also do feel that if you are attracting a love connection, that this could be something that's very playful, kind of like lighthearted, childlike, very fun. So you could be attracting like a much more fun type of energy. With the King of Swords, you have the Strength card again. So you start and end with the Strength card, which is crazy. Like I said, I really feel very good about this Strength card because, it's really saying to me that you have developed strength. Like you have developed yourself to a point where you are being seen as being very strong, and I feel this could benefit you in a million different ways. With the Hermit, you have the Four Wands. Yeah, if you want marriage or if you want to get married at some point in your life, this could be very good for you. You could be meeting a person that you will marry, or you could be finding a connection that leads to marriage. The Four Wands is also a card of freedom. And so a lot of you are clearly setting yourself free from a difficult journey. The Hermit is a good card, but the Hermit definitely represents having been on this long journey, and the Four Wands would say you're setting yourself free. With the Six of Cups, you have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords, childlike energy as well. The Page of Swords is a card of curiosity. This could say that you have like a secret admirer, or maybe you are the secret admirer. Take it how it resonates. But there definitely could be a person that's coming in for you at this time. So definitely could be a very good love connection. You have this great passion card. I would follow your passions. We're in a time where we should be following our passions, but I also feel if you're attracting a person that that the two of you will have great passion for each other. So, this looks very good. My only concern is that it is, there's a lot of logical energy in this reading, and it's like love isn't logical. I don't care what anyone says, right? So it's like sometimes I see all this logical stuff, and it's like you could be attracting a very logical person, and it's like sometimes that can kill the romance. So, just something I would pay attention to. But, again, it looks pretty good. You have this Parrot card that says someone will gossip about you and all your secrets. Mars retrograde at the end of the year. Anytime there's a Mars retrograde, there's always, gossip, things like that can come up. I always say just ignore it. Even though we're not at the retrograde yet, doesn't matter. Retrogrades can kind of pick up energy early, and we're getting closer and closer. So I would just say ignore gossip, ignore jealousy. You have this Spirit card. It says heartache over what you no longer have. I actually feel like you don't have heartache over what you no longer have. The Seven of Pentacles, to me, with the Eight of Swords, is saying you're setting yourself free from something that you no longer have or something that you think you wanted. And so really, I see you making a big change here, and it's like you're setting yourself free from something that you no longer have. You have this wedge card. It says someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. It's so weird to me that pretty much everyone has been getting this card with me when I use this deck. And, I think that I would just be careful. Like if you're dating a person and their ex messages you or a friend messages you and is like, oh, don't date that person, blah, blah, blah. It might not be true. I would be very careful of like the telephone game. I would be very careful of, third party information because it might not be true. It might be a lie, or it could just be a friend who wants the person you're dating. You have this rainbow card. It says the most difficult part of a situation is over. So that's great. We pretty much said this, at the beginning of the reading because of the Hermit. It's like you're overcoming or you're ending this long journey and you're kind of getting the blessings after a long journey. But this looks very good here, Virgo. I like it. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.